What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Markel here with another video today. Let's just go ahead and reintroduce myself. It's a new YouTube channel, so my name is Markel. I'm a new semi-truck driver. I'm a company driver. I've been driving. It's now October now, so I've been driving for about 2.5 months. Everything's been going pretty well so far. I wanted to get into semi-truck driving because, I hear it's a pretty lucrative business. You can get some money out of it. I was a cargo van owner-operator before, and I had got some direct contacts. I saw that a lot of direct contacts had way more semi-truck loads than they had Sprinter van loads. So I went ahead and was like, you know what? And I've always wanted to get my CDL, at first I really wanted to do flatbed trucking because I wanted to move loads for the military and have moved. I always thought it was really cool to move like a tank or like the Jeeps and stuff like that, But right now I'm doing reefer van driving, so I wouldn't mind with the reefer van driving to still, if I become when I become an owner operator in the future, I would like to move loads for the military, move like food. I actually really enjoy moving food because I'm a reefer van driver, but I really enjoy moving food because that's literally the backbone of how this country runs. If these trucks did not move the food, because once it's at a distributor, it can't go anywhere besides to own the town that it's in already, and then people would have to come and get it themselves. But if those places did not move the food, or if these trucks did not move the food to the places it needed to go, then people are not going to eat. It's pretty satisfying knowing that this job is getting people ready to eat, getting people the food that they need. I think that's pretty nice. I like that a lot. But yeah, I've been doing this for about 2.5 months now. Just wanted to this video, let's get down to the video. This is kind of a part 2 of the video I made recently, where I was just talking about different things needed to be successful, especially as a 26-year-old truck driver. And this is on the work side of it all, just to be able to operate, but I talked about planning your trips out. You need to plan your trips out. You need to know where you need to go, the routes that you need to take, knowing where different things are, like the clearances, like if there's a small bridge, a bridge that your truck can't fit on there, or just a restricted road, a small road, you need to know where you need to make a turn at. You need to know where construction is. That was actually a problem I had today, was that, it's kind of a problem because if there's a construction is blocking an exit off the interstate, they kind of won't tell you. Sometimes they won't tell you that, oh, this lane's about to get broken off, or this lane is about to get closed off, and it just won't tell you at all. And then you get past that and you're like, oh snap, well, this is closed off. So now you have to kind of just keep going forward. A good thing to know is that you make a left, you make another left, and you get back to where you need to go. But I pretty much went down the road, made a left, and then it kind of got me back onto the interstate. But one second, I'm about to check in with this guard shack. But I'm back now. But yeah, just understanding those different things. Get your exercise when you need it. You gotta get the exercise in, whether it's, just walking, try to get 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 steps a day walking around the truck stop, or whether it's, getting your weights, bringing some dumbbells with you on the truck, lifting, doing some shoulder presses, some push-ups, if you have a flatbed, you can do pull-ups on that, or if you got a gym membership, whether it's Planet Fitness, Anytime Fitness, a lot of Planet Fitness have some pretty good parking, so you just want to be able to work out in any way possible that you can. Food, make sure you eat right. I don't think I got into this last video, but yeah, you got to eat right. Meal prep is important. Get some know how big your refrigerator is that you have in here, and putting it in a pan, and you know, getting the portions. You know, you want to eat healthy. You want to have a lot of greens in your diet. You know, a lot of just meat, healthy meat, red meat. You know, grilled chicken, fried chicken. Like go to the grocery store. Know the type of macros that you need. You need your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats. You know just like what you need to eat, especially if you work out. You feel me? But regardless, you don't want to be eating fast food all the time. 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back again. But yeah, you really just gotta make sure that you eat properly. You know, I cooked myself before I got out here. I had barbecued me some ribs. Did me some ribs. Did some fried chicken. So those are my meats. And then I made sure I did me some greens. So I did some mixed greens, some green beans, some asparagus. I also got my other sides, my carbohydrates, baked potato. Gotta add a baked potato. Also got me some baked beans. And my fridge is pretty small. I think whenever I get another truck, which I'll update y'all soon because I'm about to do something else later. But I think I'll get another refrigerator. So a bigger one so I can fit more food in there. But then I also got another meal on top of that. I actually had 2 other meals on top of that. I had me a bowl of spaghetti. And then I also had some nachos also. So I did that. I had all the meat in the pan, all mixed up. With the nacho meat, I had a lot of different things in it. I had some red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers, some onions, and then I also had the taco sauce with it. Cooked it in with the meat, and then I also just poured it in the bowl so I could just have some a little bit later on. Then I got some gotta get the nachos or the nacho chips. My go-to nacho chip is some Doritos, the sweet and spicy Doritos. Those things are smack. Those are perfect. But yeah, I did that. I like it when me personally, I like when my nachos get a little bit soggy with the meat, and then I sprinkle some cheese on it and warm it all up. I want it to be a little bit kind of soggy. I don't want it to be fully hard. I like it to be a little bit soggy. That's especially when I go to the movie theaters. What I do at the movie theaters, I'll put the chips and the hot nacho sauce, or the nacho and the hot cheese, and then I'll let it sit there for like 5-10 minutes, and then when it comes out, it's soggy, and that's the best to me right there. And then put some jalapenos on there. Whew, perfect. That's perfect. But coming off of that tangent right there. But yeah, just making sure that you eat properly. You don't want to eat fast food all the time, greasy fast food all the time. Most truck stops only have fast food. I mean, it has Subway, but Subway can, like, anything that's too much can be unhealthy. But yeah, right now I'm at a shipper right now. I'm at a receiver right now. The load that I had about 4 different stops. The company I'm with, they have compensation for each stop that you have. So you got to make sure that you get that compensation for it, because then you're wasting your time. You're not making any money for that. But yeah, just making sure different avenues that you're getting the money that you deserve, that you're earning. Especially with like detention or layover pay. If you wait so long at a shipper, you gotta make the money, because they're making you wait so long, you're losing time. You're not running miles, because you're not making money unless that truck is running miles, or at least not turning. You feel me? Your truck has to be moving. Your truck has to go from this place to that place. But yeah, make sure you get your food. Make sure that you're early. You want to be at least, like, if you're not early, then you're late. at least try to make it like 30 minutes early. You know, I know some shippers, like especially like Walmart, you really want to be like an hour early, because you want to make sure that you make it to that stop. I got a bee. That bee loving what's on my windshield. He loving that stuff. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're early. You want to make sure that, you know, even if the person, because if you're early, then that means that you can get paid more detention. You know, so you get there 30 minutes early, they check you in, and they don't get done with you 5 hours later. I mean, that's just extra time for your detention right there. Extra money that you're making for that detention. So, but if you make it early, they might get you in there and out, just like that. So now you can get ready for another load. But yeah, you know, make sure that you do the little things, you know, with this job. You know, make sure that your truck is the right weight. You don't want to pull into a weigh station and you'd be like, oh, you're too heavy. Now you gotta stop and wait for them to run you your ticket or talk to you or whatever. You know, that's another hour or two that you're missing out. They're also going to probably do an inspection on you too. Probably a level 3 inspection if it's not too bad overweight, or if they don't see it. Like, cause sometimes they'll say like, oh, okay, you're overweight because your fuel. You know, you're overweight on your drives because of your fuel. So they'll just let you go on that. But yeah, you know, do your tandems right, know how to move your tandems. I gotta get a tandem stopper because that makes it to where I don't have to get in and get out, and just make sure it's at the right spot so much. Make sure it's good to have a lock on your trailer. So if somebody's thinking about doing something to your trailer, now they gotta be like, okay, now I gotta do this. You know, people are lazy. When you make it to where they have to do a little bit extra just to get through their stuff, they might not do it. So, you know, that's very important. But I'm running pretty long on this video. But if you enjoyed this video, if you liked what I talked about, just comment, you know, just discuss what I talked about in the video, or talk about what I can talk about later on. You know, any discussions that I can talk about later on. I appreciate y'all for listening. My name is Markel. Have a good day.